How's it going, guys? Drip Crypto here, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're just going to be talking about my strategy right now, as we're in June for pretty much next bull market, and how I'm pretty much trying to maximize as much X's, as much upside, in my personal opinion, to pretty much capitalize on the bull market. So if you guys like the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And that none of this is financial advice. Make sure you guys do your own research before investing any money into the financial space. So let's get into it. So pretty much right now we're sitting at a total volume of 3.17 billion in the crypto space, and that is just due to the simple news coming out about not only the pretty much the SEC trying to take over Bitcoin, but I actually just got some news talking about how they're looking at cryptocurrency as an asset, which is extremely good for us. That means more investors are coming into the space and pretty much overall more money. So my strategy right now, what I'm looking at is right now for Zen. So breaking down all these coins. So right now, when it comes to Zen, how I'm looking at Zen is I still have a whole bunch of mints that still haven't come out yet. So I have a whole bunch of mints. If we look at Zen, Turbo, most of my mints that are coming out. So I had, when Zen first came out, I had 10 mints coming out day 100. They were all profitable. Most of those mints, what I ended up doing is some of them I actually took profit, but mostly all of them I just burned for DB Zen. So with that, if we look down here, the other mints that I have coming out are in early February, right here, right before this huge run up. So what I'm thinking about doing is more than likely I'll be profitable in this short time frame. What I'm gonna do is just end up holding on to that Zen. I have about 100 million Zen coming out right here within February. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm just gonna hold on to that and see what happens, because next year during around April is going to be the Bitcoin halving. So that's when you're going to start seeing more price action towards the upside. I mean, right now everything is pretty bullish just because of the news coming out. If we look at, I mean, everything's pretty much green. I mean, Bitcoin will definitely hit 30,000 on the day, even ETH. So I'm looking at the Bitcoin halving. So what usually happens is when there's the Bitcoin halving, you'll start seeing price action towards the upside. So you'll start seeing Bitcoin start rallying, Ethereum will start rallying. A lot of these major cap coins are going to start rallying, especially Bitcoin. And then what happens is you'll start seeing, usually the altcoins will start lagging behind. So like when you see Bitcoin start pumping, maybe 2-3 weeks after that, you'll start seeing all the altcoins start rallying. So I'm looking to hold a good amount of Zen just because I'm looking for some price action towards the upside. Now, where do I think it's going? I don't know. But looking at Zen, and especially with us having 38% right now in June of 2023, we should see a lot more. So by February of next year, you should see a lot more. This number should be way higher. We should be almost up to 45%. So, and then plus with these burns still, because the burns are always going to keep happening. Like DBZen is going to keep burning. Zen NFTs, you can still mint Zen NFTs. Phoenix, you can still do. And yeah, so the burn aspects are still going to be happening in that sense. So you're still going to see Zen getting burned. What I might do is if I do see an opportunity in DBZen, I'll possibly take it. That goes into my next thing. So with DBZen, as we look at DBZen or DXN, so when it comes to Zen, I'm pretty much holding all my Zen is on the ETH chain. I didn't really focus on any other chain just because I feel like the most price action is going to happen on the ETH chain. just like with DXN. DXN, I feel like the most price action you're gonna see is on the ETH chain, because if we look on the ETH chain, it is at $5, right? It's looking like it's establishing some sort of a bottom, but when it first came out, we were looking at almost $100 a coin. Do I think we could go back to $100? Possibly not. We'll possibly come back up here in like this, like around like 70, like 60, 70 range, which is completely fine. Like if you look at 5 to 60, that's what, a $55 increase. So we can definitely see some price action like that back into that range, but I am extremely bullish, and that's just my personal opinion on DXN, on the ETH chain, just because of the simple fact of it being a cap supply of, because if you look at DXN, right, if we go to, all right, so if we look at DBZen, right, and we're on Zen.pub, right, we've only been out for 91 days. So not even a whole year. Every day there's a new cycle, right? We're not even 1% into the cycles, because this goes for a total of 22,630 days. We are at 0.4% of the cycle, which we're only at in day 92 out of 22,000 days, which is about 60 plus years. So we do have a long time when it comes to this. But what I'm looking at is I'm looking at this. If you look at this, we are at 832,000 DXN in circulation right now. We are capped at 5 million, but it's not even a true 5 million, because if you look at my other video talking about DXN, a lot of people burned their DXN for Exelon. So this is possibly not even a true accurate number of how much DXN is really out there. Or, well, this is not a true accurate number of how much DXN is out there, and this is not a true accurate number of the max amount of DXN, because there was a lot of people that burned for Exelon. But the other thing I'm also looking at is, if you go down here, right, I mean, of course, the mint just happened. Well, not the mint, but the daily payout just happened recently, because you get paid out every single day around 10 a.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. So if you look right now, people are doing 4 batches for, if you look at it right now, someone did 4 batches, and if this stayed exactly how it was, they're gonna get about 5,000 DXN tokens. And 5,000 DXN tokens at a cap supply of 5 million, so I feel like DXN is being very slept on, but it's also due to I feel like nobody has Zen, right? So, and also we are still in a bear market, so you're not going to see really any real crazy price action to the upside. But I feel like people are sleeping on DXN, especially on the ETH chain, just because if you go back to this deck screener, most of the buys, even today, most of them are just buys. Like, people are just buying DXN, and that's what I'm pretty much doing. Like right now, I'm trying to accumulate as much DXN as possible. Like right now, on some of my accounts, I have anywhere between 10 to 15 DXN. So I'm getting constant ETH every single day due to people participating in DXN. But I'm also taking that ETH and just throwing it back in to buy more DXN. Because if you think about it, right now I'm getting, and I was talking about it in the last DBZen video, was I'm getting anywhere between 15 to 20 bucks. So 15 to 20 bucks, that's getting me about 4 to 5 DXN every single day. You understand? So I'm just trying to slowly accumulate a position in DXN to where if we see any type of price action back up into the $60, $70 range, like, I'm still profitable even with me about $70, $75. So I was still profitable. I'm still even profitable in a sense, because I don't feel like DXN on ETH will just die out. So I'm definitely holding on to all my Zen that I'm gonna be taking out next year, 2024, in February. Trying to accumulate a good position in DBZen. The next token I'm pretty much looking at is ETH. I'm just trying to hold a good position in ETH. I have about like two coins realistically, like in my hot wallet, just moving around. But most of my ETH is just chilling in my cold wallet. But So ETH is another token. So I'm pretty much holding on to all my Zen, slowly accumulating a position in DB Zen. ETH I'm pretty much just holding just because it's still even at a good price right now, like 1,800, still a good price. I feel like anything below 1,500 is a good buy, but anything even still below 2,000 is a good buy in sense, because we went all the way up to what, like last bull market we went up to 4,800. So right now is even still a good buy. Not financial advice, but the other tokens that I'm actually looking at is my main focus right now is just to keep accumulating Pulse. So in my last video, I was talking about how I'm trying to focus more on Pulse Chain than PulseX. The reason being is I have a good amount of PulseX, and I said PulseX is going to do a multiple faster just due to the simple fact of the buy burn feature, but Pulse is going to have the bigger and longer multiple over time, just due to, if you look at its counterpart, Ethereum, right? ETH did a bigger multiple over time compared to Uniswap did it fast. So me personally, I feel like Pulse Chain is gonna do a bigger multiple over time. So I feel like in the bull market, in my personal opinion, Pulse will do exceptionally well. And even looking at it right now, as you can see, most people are pretty much just buying Pulse, and Pulse is at a good price. Pulse is technically lower than what I bought it in at, because I bought it in at 2, and right now it's at 10. Because I bought it in at 2 zeros and a 2. Right now it's at 3 zeros and a 1. So it's still a great buy. Still a great buy. And I'm still DCAing into it. My previous video on how to bridge it, I'm pretty much just bridging in some ETH here and there and just buying it slowly. You can buy it off an exchange, like they of course went on OKX and all that, but I'm based out of the US and I'm pretty much just focusing on just bridging it over and just slowly accumulating a position. I already have a good enough position in PulseX, so I'm not even too worried about it. Pulse, I'm accumulating a small position. The other thing is Incentive Token. It was doing exceptionally well when it first came out. Like it was at $80. Where do I think it's gonna go? My personal opinion, there's no real like weight behind it yet, because Richard Hart didn't come out saying anything about Incentive Token. You're just getting it due to the farms on PulseX. So once there's some type of valuation or something backed with Incentive Token, I feel like it will definitely reverse, but I don't think it's gonna stay at $12. Like $12 is a good buy. But in my personal opinion, I wouldn't buy Incentive Token. Like you can just get the Incentive Token just by staking or farming on PulseX. The other thing is Hex. So when it comes to Hex, how am I feeling on Hex? So I feel like PHEX is gonna be doing so. PX and EHEX, there's like this huge thing right now. People don't know which one's better. People are thinking EHEX is gonna go to 0. I don't think EHEX is gonna go to 0. I feel like just like what DCC was talking about on one of his podcasts. He was talking about how like so many people were, and that was the other thing. So many people were selling, their EHEX and switching it over to PHEX on Pulse Chain, and so many people were just emergency end staking, and I still have like 10 stakes. Like I have 2 stakes ending the end of this year, and most of my stakes are ending like 5 years out. But I got so many free coins from all these people who were just emergency end staking, and people are acting like this is gonna go to 0. This is not even a cent now. Like this is a good buy. EHEX is a great buy, and EHEX is up 12% right now on the day, which is crazy. Like I don't know why you would sell your EHEX. Like it's a steal. Like I'm still in profit. Even though it's down right now, I'm still in profit. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm focused on right now. I'm pretty much focused on just Zen, holding my Zen, pretty much just waiting to see what happens with that. When it comes to DBZ, I'm slowly accumulating a decent position just so that when the bull market happens and pretty much a good amount of the supply is out there to see what happens. When it comes to ETH, I have a good enough supply that I'm pretty much just chilling on that until the bull market. When it comes to Pulse, I'm trying to accumulate a better position in Pulse. PulseX, I have a good enough position, so I'm pretty much just chilling on that. Hex, I'm not too worried about Hex. I have a good enough. I have a lot of. I have stakes, so I'm pretty much just seeing what happens. Right now, you could buy Hex. It's a good price point right now where it's at too. I feel like PHEX is gonna do better than EHEX, but EHEX is not gonna go to zero. It's gonna still stay pretty. It might do possibly better. I don't know. Now Hedron and Icosa, I'm really not too worried about that. I pretty much just have those staked, and I'm just I don't need to buy them because I'm just naturally getting them every single day. But yeah,